Greetings, YouTube. As you can see, I have almost 23,000 units. Normally, I would be really excited once noon Central Standard Time hit to open 5 shots worth of units at the new Red Guardian, the new 6-star Red Guardian. And, it's a hyped up champ. Maybe he turns out to be really good. Maybe he turns out to be just like a lot of champs in 2020. Somebody that on paper seems like they're going to be amazing, but then when you put them to practice, they both need an awakened high sig. And even then, would you take them up above one of the far more proven, historically great champs in their class from past years? Probably not. But even though I've tried to remain more like a reporter with this boycott instead of taking a hard stance either way, even though I will say that the stance I definitely haven't taken is the one that just deletes the game for a week and doesn't even play, that to me doesn't seem productive in terms of still enjoying the game and helping out your alliance. And it's one thing to say I'm not going to spend money, but it's another thing to just delete the app off your phone. But that's just me. Again, if you want to do that and you think that's the best way to handle it, go for it. It's definitely your call. But instead of opening up featured calves to start off noon, and I'm going to be lying if I say I'm not tempted at some point to do that, because I love opening them up with my subscribers in live streams. I think what makes it so much fun is opening up crystals together as a community. And that's why I've really enjoyed saving units. I didn't used to open up featured calves at all. And then I decided that all of my arena grinding would finally pay off in the form of getting to open. It's almost like opening gifts on Christmas with your family, as cliche as that sounds. But we're going to look at this game, and we're going to jump away from this game. And we are now going to go to the Marvel Contest of Champions App Store homepage. Because I've decided that to start off this Thursday, I want to kind of discuss what my thoughts are of the review of a game that I still very much enjoy. And, I've seen some comments saying, Prof, if you think that it's a 1-star game, why do you even play? You're a hypocrite because you benefit with the YouTube channel off of it. Well, I love the game. Not a big fan right now of the company that runs it. You can love a kid and still not approve of how its parents are running the household. And in this case, I want this game to be around. And you'll see with my feedback in a second that I start off by making that clear. And yet, I think there are so many things that have happened in the past year plus. Of course, we have the latest, just when you start to have excitement. I do think, for Kabam's credit, I would be a hypocrite if I did not give them credit for the Alliance Quest ticket improvements to help take away some of the motivation that the bots have to grind resources, because you can't just resource dump anymore in shell alliances. But at the same time, we still don't even know, as our alliance, if we're going to get all of the items in our treasury that are gone. And that's a huge concern for us because we had a lot of things saved up. And Kabam knows it's not a perfect system. Of course, when you start out with something new, there are going to be tweaks. But it's one of those things, it's like, yay on paper, but also if you're an alliance like ours that does mostly map 5 and some map 6, we actually could be an alliance that is maybe benefiting not so much as everybody else from this. But you can see it starts off kind of strange. It's the 25th adventure game, which to me sounds crazy. If I'm going to play an adventure game, I feel like it belongs in like National Geographic. It's an editor's choice, and it's at 4.7. Even though a bunch of 1-star reviews have been left, the rating hasn't changed. In fact, people keep sending me, and I don't know if they actually are trying to send me Google Play because I can't see the Google Play Store, but they keep saying, Prof, all these 1-star reviews are being left, and yet it's like the rating's only going up. I thought it was a 4.6, now it's a 4.7. I don't know if it was a 4.6 or not, but I definitely know it's a 4.7 now with 386,000 ratings. And so you scroll down and, you see the usual, and then you get to ratings and reviews. And it's interesting to me because there are developers' responses, and even though it'll say edited 1 year ago, and who knows if it was edited or not, because who usually edits a review a year later, the developers' responses from 2 years ago. So that's kind of strange to me. You can write a review, which I encourage all of you watching this to do, and then when you look at the reviews and you say see all, you write a review, and you can see how small the 1-star ratings are still compared to the 5-star. It is pretty astronomical. And you can sort by most helpful or most recent. So we're going to look at most recent, and you're going to see 1-star, 1-star, 1-star. So if you actually think about the rating of what the game has been lately for people who are actually leaving reviews, it's basically 1-star. We got a 3-star from Invincible, formerly a 5-star review. So, objective. But 5 stars. It fun. Sure. Right? So when you're scrolling down and you... Thief. It's quite different. Ooh, this game is so fun and colorful, and its many unique maps and assortment of characters. It keeps me going on an adrenaline-fueled roller coaster grind that I can't stop. That sounds like a gambling addiction to me. Plenty of characters to unlock, each more powerful than the next. I wish they would add more in-game content and new looks for some of the characters. That's true. Gameplay is fast-paced. I played Marvel Strike Force, and it's very boring. I had to delete it, but this game is 1,000,000 times better, and I'll never delete it. Because I'm addicted as hell. Then a bunch of 1-stars. This game is awesome. It is so much fun, except for 2 minor things. As I said, amazing game. Wait. As I said, there's nothing above this comment. Probably has heard of the Alliance Crystal. If you have, you would know that you can only get one. Then you have to wait 24 hours for another one. And you can only get 1,000 Alliance rewards a day from helping. But I have someone in my Alliance who needs arena help for like 200 characters. I haven't even got a 3-star, but great game. I love, so much fun, but those 2 things would make it better. Okay, well, we're just going to assume that's a real review. But yeah, you can see all the 1-stars, but it doesn't really matter right now because the game is protected with its 4.7 rating, and unless you do a deep dive on recent reviews, which who's going to do that on average before they type, download. But we're going to write a review, and we're going to do a 1-star, and we're going to title this, I Still Love This Game, but I have serious Kabam trust issues. And then I'm going to save some time in this video because I've already pasted out my comments. I still very much love this game. Even after all the ups and downs, shady quote-unquote deals, and post-patch 12.0 bugs, because I should make that plural, corrections. I want this game to be around for at least another 5 to 10 years if possible. But I'm tired of seeing Kabam screw over the player base with the Marvel Casino of Champions crystal algorithm that leaves players feeling robbed, defeated, and burned out. And even if players somehow land on the champ they need, awaken, and rank them up, new nodes will still often prevent that champ from being effective. But the thing that is the most insane is what they've done with featured Cavalier crystals. $10 worth of units for a coin flip shot at a 3-star, even though you can't even take 4 stars in now to Act 6 and beyond. Makes 0 sense. Until they change these crystals, or those crystals, to 4 stars and above, it's a 1-star, as the great Randy Jackson would say, from me, dog. Let's make a dramatic comma in there, too. Now, to be clear, there are a lot of other things I could say in this review that need improvement. But when it comes down to it, even if you talk about things that they just keep changing, I know that there are a lot of people freaking out right now because the patterns have said that if we look at past ways Kabam has handled OP champs besides new nodes, they're going to touch Dr. Doom at some point, even though right now he's the #1 champ that people are telling me that they try to open, including people who spent thousands of dollars on featured calves to still not get the 6-star, of course. I hope and pray that's not true, but of course there's no way of knowing whether or not that's true. We're just going to have to wait with fingers crossed as Kabam trust issues continue to be the case. I just want to say, as tempting as it is to use some of the units I've grinded for in the arena, like a free-to-play player essentially, tonight on the stream, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. The bottom line is, if you are somebody that feels like boycotting, I hope it's also because you want Kabam to acknowledge things so that the game can be improved, not that you can just like light something on fire. A problem is only a problem until there is a solution. And I do believe that in some cases in 2020, Kabam has listened and is doing better. I don't think it is a fair and objective review that I just state that they're a terrible company that's only doing terrible things, because I don't think that's true. But at the same time, May has shown that even if they have some people who are saying the right things on the forums and wanting to have a great dialogue, there's a marketing team that's also still so out of touch that they're trying to get people who are addicted to this Casino of Champions to throw money at them that's 5 or 6 times or 10 times overvalued, just so that they get that crystal addiction itch. And that's also what worries me the most. I think this is, without a shadow of a doubt, a casino disguised as a mobile game that gives people the same problems in relationships that gambling addictions do, that gives people the same problems in terms of not being able to help themselves from buying deals even if they know they can't afford them. And they can say, no, it's not, because it's a family-friendly game that's 4.7 overall on the editor's choice list. They need to understand that if you're going to give somebody a crystal addiction, you've at least got to make that crystal have the best value possible. And that's why I spent a lot of this review, and most of this review, talking about how the Cavalier crystals need to be updated to 4 stars and above, especially since we can't bring 4 stars into Act 6. I also say it's time that they take away that gate requirement, because it was only, let's be real, for synergies. They weren't worried about you bringing in your 4 stars to defeat champions. The health pool and the attack rating were too low, especially compared to 5 and 6 star champs. They just didn't want people to bring in their 4-star Heimdall and be able to benefit from the synergy bonus, which is totally shady and honestly a bit corrupt. So there you have it, YouTube. 1 star. Let's send it, and we're going to nickname ourselves Shocker Prof Hoff, and now we're going to hit OK. It has been sent. Thanks for your feedback. You better believe it. Not buying featured calves right now, but I am posting this and encouraging everybody to do the same. Be honest, and hey, look, if you want to give it higher than 1 star, that's your prerogative. I'm not telling you what to say. You're your own person. But if you do want to give it a 1 star and you feel like you should, but you haven't done it yet, it's kind of like voting. You can complain about something, but unless you vote, your complaint is just idle chatter that causes drama off-scene on a forum or online or something. So go ahead and vote, and then you'll be able to talk more, being able to say, yeah, I did at least have my voice heard. Now hopefully my review won't be taken down mysteriously or kicked to the bottom so that it still doesn't have a chance to impact the overall rating of the game that I still love, but a company that I still very much have trust issues with.